Hello and welcome back, connoisseurs of Crusader Kings 3, friends of the channel and newcomers alike. We are here once again with King Ordgar, the Good of Cornwall and soon to be Wales. We are in the middle of a defensive war with our new allies here down in Aquitaine. We are moving our boat over here, but we are going to change our landing position to Barcelona. There. And we have a lot to do, so let's just do it. The first thing is our son's guardian. I actually don't really want him to stay as guardian. It's not a great guardian. It's gonna be the second guardian change, so hopefully that doesn't do anything too bad to him. He's still quite young though, so... But I think we're going to put him under our daughter's guardian here. We're gonna wait till he's done with his own daughter in less than a year, and then we're going to move him over here. This is mostly because this guy just has... It's not his daughter, it's just some random person I put into him. I thought it was his daughter. Oh, well then, that's fine. He has a son of his own, but we're going to have his son be educated by his mother. Makes logical sense. That way he will be available to take our son's education over in a year. So we're just, we're gonna keep her pinned so we can see when she turns 16. What else is there to do? Our youngest son now has his trait. He is pensive, which is actually perfect. We actually have a very interesting selection of children traits. We have a bossy, I can never remember, this is rowdy. We have, curious, and then he was also charming like she is. We're gonna train him ourselves because we are actually a good tutor for a child who wants a learning education now, especially since we are pedagogues. So let's just educate him ourselves. As for our daughter here, she wants to be just either be a diplomat or a or do intrigue. I think we're gonna leave her on intrigue and we're gonna find her a good intrigue person. If I remember correctly, we have somebody who's gonna be really, really good to teach a stabby young lady. I think we'll probably put her under the Norse Catholic that we have as our spymaster right now, this guy. Hopefully he lives long enough. If not, we'll have to move her to someone else. Norse also have a tradition that has the same effect that ours does, that makes education outcomes better. So we will do that. They are a good substitute for us if we don't have any more of us or Bretons. Any Lioness or Bretons available, so we'll do that, send that proposal. And we are doing a tour today. We are doing a big ol' taxation tour, hoping that we make more money than we spend on it. Let's see, Grand Tour, taxation tour. We're going to go all the way up here to Wales. When we're in Wales, it's a pretty common event that may come up that we'll have to discuss because, well, we'll do it, we get to it. Then we're coming back down here to Deheubarth, southern Wales, and over this way like that. That's great. We're gonna do all of the northern Welsh lords on tour the grounds because a lot of them have control problems for the recent wars, so this should help them out more than any of the rest of them will. And we already have good cultural acceptance with the Welsh, I'm pretty sure. We were close to 100 last time I looked. Maybe it's went down, but probably not by that much. And we'll do feasts with the people in the south. We need to hire some mercenaries. That cleans all that up. Good. We're not going to change any of this. Luxuries makes you start with a higher success chance, but that doesn't matter when you're doing this many people. There's no way we won't hit the top. We'll probably more than hit the top, so we're gonna leave this. And we don't need a huge entourage to collect taxes. We're not out here to show off. We're out here to make them understand their feudal obligation and talk to them about our plans for the use of that money for creating a stronger, unified kingdom. Oxfordshire, we're gonna have to just dip in here to get out of the way there, and then we got a nice safe path down here. And then when we come out of Morgonog down here, we're gonna just do a little thing where we pop into the water, because it makes more sense. At least in my mind, it's a lot less places to walk through. And then let's apply that. We are ready to go. So we're gonna watch the war and try to see if there's anything we can do to help him out by participating in it directly while we go on this tour. Let me see. There's nothing else we need to do. We're putting off his marriage for a while. I thought about marrying him to Kent. Why? Because their children would inherit Kent, and if the only child I can do that with that will work is him, because it has to be pulled into the kingdom. If I do it with any other child, it will be pulled out of the kingdom, and whatever they inherit will go with them. Most likely the youngest boy, because he is pensive, is the one who's going to end up being a monk, and we're probably just going to drop the idea of him joining a holy order altogether. We'll just let him inherit Devon and Cornwall, which will be natural. Most likely, if the succession is good, he'll get Devon and Cornwall and Somerset. If it's anything other than that, we may consider doing the disinherit thing, where we disinherit him, change it to something more sensible, and then reinherit him after our death. But we want to avoid doing that if we can, because it is basically just burning our renown for no reason, just to fix what I consider to be a bug. The game doesn't acknowledge logic at all when it determines what places people should get, while in real life, you got things like Lotharingia, West Francia, and East Francia, where it's clear that the decisions were made that they would get territory that were all together, not just this random, he gets Devon and Cornwall, and also Gloucestershire for no reason. Stuff the game does sometimes. Anyway, we don't need to talk about that. That doesn't matter. None of that matters. Pretend I didn't say any of that. We're just going on. The truth of it. We approach a hamlet where a forlorn man stands shackled on the gallows, a throng gathering at its foot. King! It's the king! A peasant stumbles through the crowd crying, please, my husband is innocent. It's a lie. Nobody ever even saw it. They pull her away wailing, no! Leovith! As she is dragged down the street. Oh, he's the same name as my son. Oh. I mean, that doesn't speak good for him. If I ask around about these people a little bit, I'm gonna find out that they're not exactly upright citizens. So the way this event works for a person who is forgiving is interesting. Trying to find out is not liked by trusting. In other words, they want us to pick a side and trust who we trust. Well, from their traits, I immediately think, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that happened. Wolf struggle. All right. Our journey is violently interrupted by the sound of tearing flesh and gnashing jaws. This man is being eaten by a wolf. This man deserves my help. Our mercenary captain is going to do it. He's not that good. But I mean, actually better me than him. That's weird. Oh no, this is the mercenary captain. This is me. Good. We're going to have the mercenary captain do it. That's what he's here for. We have learned Iberian Vulgar. Oh no, we haven't. This is just an event. I thought we were done. Feeling rather feisty today. Oh, we found somebody who speaks the language I'm trying to learn while we were walking. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely join us. That's great. Yeah, do that for sure. Come on, bud. More the merrier, right? More merrier. A study in martial. Beornraud, a local captain, and a few of his officers greet me as my entourage enters the military camps of Worcestershire. As he wanders off, I quickly dismount and follow him. A couple of paces forward, Beornraud stops and turns to the latest siege equipment, which is neatly placed in rows. Quite a sight, isn't it? Yes. So we can spar, but we're not good at that. We can have a good chance of gaining a point of martial by doing a learning challenge to ask about the siege equipment. We have somewhere else to be. We're gonna try to gain the martial point. And we did. Great, a low delicacy. All right, so we smelled some nice smelling stew, but he warns us it's probably actually gross, and we agree. Yes, I know, I'm trusting, but what, I'm trusting the regular peasant over the person that I actually hired to do the job? I don't know. Sometimes these trustings are weird. My procession continues down our planned route to Penullen. when suddenly we come to an abrupt stop at Edmund's command. Stop, you fools. It is said that this road is infested with bandits and scoundrels of low character. We must divert. Let's take the safe route. We're not in a rush. Money's gonna be there whenever we get there. Dangerous, mountain out of moleholes. Okay. So we're on a hilly road that is causing us to want to rest our mounts. Oh, 10 days? 10 days is not how long horses take to rest, my man. I think you're making a stop to visit a woman or something. All right. I guess we wait 10 days under the same argument we made at the last stop, that it's fine. I don't know if we're going to be adding enough to this guy's force to actually win this war. We immediately make 65 goals when we walk through the door. My arrival at Duke Merch's castle in Penullen is marked with fanfare befitting the king of the realm, and the presence of my coffer wagon and tax collectors is quickly noted. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. Money. Money makes the world go around, and money helps kingdoms to grow. Even a good king needs money. How does the war go? Are we almost there? The boats are coming. We could probably fight them if we tried to fight them. Another clergy tax. We've clashed a lot of clergy today. Wandering the countryside in Penellan, I happen across what seems to be a gathering of peasants in a small hamlet. Ah, they want me to judge a contest. No, it's not a waste of time. That's mean. How wonderful. I will judge the contest. Okay, yep, we're going to judge the contest. I don't know why we would make fun of them for having a festival. That seems weird. Festivals are like pretty traditionally accepted everywhere, right? Ah, our boats are finally coming in. This is one of those events where you can really see the fact that I try to play my character to design instead of their specific traits. So, to me, this event matters most based on what it is. The dogs, I understand, and I definitely am like, okay, I understand why to hide the dogs, but this guy is hiding food and money and general goods. This is the kind of thing you do when you're trying to avoid your taxes, right? This is not a guy who likes dogs and spent a little too much money on them and doesn't want to admit it. This is a guy who's literally hiding stuff from us so he can pay less taxes. So I think we're gonna take the opinion down, and we're gonna be like, you know, man, I think you're hiding taxes from us. You're gonna have to share that with me. My vassal Duke Minarch has decided today to show me his barracks. Line upon line of light infantry stands attentive in their armor, ready for my inspection. These are fine soldiers, but it seems a waste to have them idle all day. I could use soldiers like these, light infantry innovations. We don't have any light infantry, and we literally never will. But I'm also not going to do any of these things. So we're going to take this. I could use soldiers like these, I guess, theoretically. I mean, not soldiers exactly like them. I'm not interested in that. But soldiers that are as well organized as them, I'm definitely interested in. Let's tie them up, and because our commander is probably in our train now, we're gonna put this guy in to help with the sieges. At last, I managed to find myself alone. Okay, so this event, we're gonna have a conversation about this event. This event is a horrid trap, and I wish it didn't exist in the game, okay? There's not a lot of events I complain about. I complain about the event where you have to run the guy over who wants the duel, because it seems crazy to me that we wouldn't just drive around him. And then I'm gonna complain about this event too. This is a trap event. Nothing in this conversation tells you that there are secretly holy trees in Wales, or anywhere else in the world. It's not... I mean, Catholics don't have holy trees, but if you click this, there's a really good chance you get 2 secondary events that have no way to get out of, both of which get you in a lot of trouble for mysteriously not knowing that there were sacred trees. And I don't like it. I don't like trap events. I don't like events where you take a perfectly reasonable option from what you know about the information, and in the second screen, it does something terrible to you. Which means, in spite of the fact this says that not writing our wives' name down is a problem because we're trusting, it's another one of those signs that this event is very weird. Like, why is it a trust issue to not write our wives' name on a tree? It's a very weird event, and because of that, I am just going to make an RP rule from now on that we are fully aware of the fact that there are sacred trees in Wales, and that we should not just randomly write our names on trees without knowing we're not writing on a sacred tree, because I cannot stand this event. I'm sorry. Anyone out there watching is fully entitled to their opinion if they think that I am not RPing this, but I mean, the man literally ruled over Welsh people for a long time, and he doesn't know that they have sacred trees. It's absurd. I have concluded my royal visit to Penullen, and now my procession prepares to depart. It's time to ask him for the tribute. He's not going to give me the tribute. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because not giving me the tribute requires a screen, and giving me the tribute is just a pop-up. So clearly, there's a screen after this where he doesn't give me the tribute. I'm going to do this because, again, usually when we're traveling, we do this to honor our grandfather. We visit churches because we know that he loved churches and was a very, 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 very devout Catholic. So we're going to go to these places imagining that we're following in his footsteps. As I said, no pop-up means no tribute. Okay, well, I am forgiving, but one thing I'm going to do is I'm not going to do the pardons until after the tour is over, because that's actually absurd. We don't want rumors going around that you can refuse to give us money and get pardoned immediately. We're going to let them sit on whether or not we're going to make a harsher decision on them. All right, so we are now in Lord Sifri's castle in Perverdflud. He notices that we are collecting taxes. Let's get to it. Gonna minimize this so that we can see how the war is going. So we're sieging this down pretty good. We got a learning lifestyle perk. We're just gonna put that into planned cultivation. That will really help with our plans up in Oxfordshire. I don't know what these guys are gonna do though. We have 7.4. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We actually could probably attack them if they decide to, but I'm not gonna do that. We accidentally walked in his chamber when they're... Okay, no. I mean, this is harsher than I think the word that we intend, but it still doesn't change the fact we're not doing this. Our wife is our soulmate. We don't really sleep around. It's not really our thing, so... During our tour of the barony of Diminich, I'm locked in a conversation with my marshal, Lord Sifri, about the glory of warfare and strife, and he is interrupted by one of his courtiers. Although the lordly courtier spoke completely out of turn, Lord Sifri of Perverdflud strangely did not chastise him and allowed him to speak to me directly. I agree with this, not this. I agree, it's fine. This is fine. That's fine. He can speak if he has interesting or useful things to say. I trust his lord to make the decision about whether or not he can speak. That's not true. I trust myself to make the decision, because if he speaks out of place and the Lord yells at him, I will probably not appreciate that. Because I usually don't. This. Yeah, there's nothing up there. As I continue my tour around the barony of Dinbuk, I hear unfamiliar voices all around us. Suddenly, I find my entire party surrounded by men in hoods, pointing knives and bows directly at me. One of the assassins steps towards me and presses a knife to my hand. We're playing the game of the fake assassination. This is a game that we love and have a long tradition of participating in. All right. So, we've been robbed by this boy. He's taken a bunch of our gold. Now, the most forgiving thing to do is to just let him run away with our gold. But the reality is, I don't think that that is the correct choice. While we are forgiving, we also think that when we witness actual crimes take place, that it is required for us to do something about them. That's our job. It's literally why we exist as the king of this land, to uphold the law. And so we're going to ask Sifre to do something about it. And he caught him and hopefully punished him in a way that was reasonable, like not hanging him, maybe just like, I don't know, prison or something. I don't know what you do with kids in the Middle Ages for crimes. All right, so what we're seeing here is that this place has way too much of everything, which means their taxes are being lied about. I am going to... Now, I set the standard that I would, generally speaking, call them out on stuff like this. And I think we're going to stick with that standard, so I'm going to call him out on hiding the fact that he is not paying the proper taxes. That's literally why we're here. Yes, it is a little stressful, and I would like to forgive him for it, but, I mean, that's why we're here. It's time for tribute, and he has given us our tribute, and we move on. I was just talking about this. This is the one I absolutely hate. This would be perfectly fine if this didn't require us to trample him. Like, why would we trample him? Why wouldn't we just ride around? Some days of delay, not literally trampling a random man in the road just because he wants to duel somebody. Do we have anybody who's good at this? Certainly not me. No. So I guess we trample him and we just imagine that we rode around instead of brutalizing that man for no reason. My arrival at Lord Dowell's castle in Ynys Mons is marked with fanfare befitting the king of the realm, and the presence of my coffer wagon and tax collectors is quickly noted. My wife is pregnant. Feels weird. Oh, my son is my, I was gonna say, it feels weird she's with us. Isn't she our regent? But no, actually, our son would be our regent now. Do we even have a regent? How are we on a tour without a regent? Game? What's up? How are we on a tour without a regent? All right. That's fine. I guess nobody's managing the house. That's okay. So, yep. We are collecting taxes, my man. Hopefully you can understand the necessity of that. We're trying to create a great unified pair of kingdoms. A great alliance between Wales and Cornwall that will hopefully last for hundreds of years. So this is the poachers. We don't hunt them down because we don't like it at all. 2 of our traits are against it, so we'll just avoid them. Even though it costs us prestige. We have a huge pile of prestige. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. We should probably go down and check out what's going on. Oh, my mother died. She unsurprisingly drank herself to death. Good. Oh, not good that my mother died. That vocal tick of mine of saying good all the time just that was weird. Not good that my mother died. Bountiful harvest. My vassal Lord Dowell has taken me out to see his well-kept crop. Our people have long since shed their worries of famine or starvation. We are truly best here in Ynys Mons. He says with a content smile, it appears my dear vassal has been keeping the secrets of his success from me. No, I don't think we're gonna like overtax him for this. He doesn't seem to be hiding this. This just seems to be a thing he's good at. I think it's better that we instead take tips on how to develop better. Those will serve us better than just like calling him out. Yeah. So they seem to be finishing the sieges down here. We're still in a position, I think, where if we actually attacked them, we'd probably win. I don't know, the AI is not usually smart about that stuff, and it's very risky in AI wars to initiate combats because they will sometimes not follow you and you'll die. We have learned Iberian Vulgar. Very nice, so we're just going to feel accomplished about that. We're not going to spend any time deciding on our next language tax right now. Alright. So this will critical stress me if I try to make him pay for it, in spite of the fact that I think that this is consistent with what we've been doing so far. I mean, I'm going to interpret the critical stress. Oh, she helped my child's education. That's what happened. She's now 16. That's a good reminder to change his guardian. Remove his guardian. Educate him. And take, we want him, right? Yeah, him. Good. We don't need her pinned anymore. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, yeah. This is going to threshold us. Do we have anything to lower our stress a bit right now? No, we don't. Which means that basically pushing ourselves against our nature to call these people out on taxes has made us just too stressed to keep doing it. So we're gonna let him off. We're gonna let him off. He gets lucky. He gets lucky mostly because he was the one who was there when we would break it, when it was gonna be breaking point for us. We do ask him for our right dues, though. Oh, wow, that was like 1 second. I was expecting a second of walking, but no, we're right there already. All right, let's do this thing. We're already at Taxation Tour Success 3. We still got 4 whole places left to do. So what's your plan? Oh, you're sieging inside their territory, eh? Or are you gonna consider a battle up there? All right. Again, as per our usual stance on this, when we see actual crimes happening in front of us, we do not forgive them. We forgive people for reasonable things. We do not forgive people actually committing criminal acts currently. So we're going to use arrest these traitors. The rest of these we don't like anyway. Because we're forgiving and patient. So yeah, arrest them. Getting really good result out of this. We're already quite a bit above what we started at, which is why these are such great tours. Okay, our acquaintance died. Oh, we still have prisoners? I thought we let all our prisoners go. Oh well. That was an accident. I'm sorry. I did not mean for you to die in my prisons. I meant to let you go. So here we are with our window tax again, but we've regained stress, so we continue with the theme of the... Or do we let him go because we now sort of feel guilty about it in general? I think we've reassessed the idea that we need to force every single overtaxation on them, and we're going to start letting them off now. Basically, we almost stressed out from doing something we weren't comfortable with to begin with, and we've decided maybe we were right not to be comfortable. We're going to help him with this siege, because clearly he doesn't have any siege engines, and so he can use our army better down here. It's the deadly tree again. I'm just going to do the same thing as last time. But just to be clear, the reason I never picked the first choice on this is because one of the options is an unescapable strong hook, which is absurdly a bad outcome for carving a tree. And it is time for tribute. He has paid his tribute. I'm going to continue with the new trend of not pushing these because I recognize the fact that maybe I was being a little too harsh in the early ones, and we will write this off. Word has reached me that my plans have been interrupted and it is no longer possible for me to pay a visit to Morgonog. Oh, they're at war. What is their war about? Some kind of internal war. Yeah, they are having an internal war for liberty. It's always a liberty war. That's too bad for him. I mean, I've been running minimum laws, so it probably makes them all jealous. Hopefully we can get these sieges done quick. I don't know though, as long as we keep letting them siege, I can't see how we'll ever win this. A serfin is king. I enter a local tavern in Talgarth, weary from travel and thirsting for ale and rest. My quiet contemplation is disturbed by the sound of slamming fist on the splintering wood, following a scornful spit. That wordless swine. He's a complete foreigner. How can we be ruled over by someone who isn't even Welsh? I try to keep my profile low, but it appears that my kingly manner and Cerneu on my garments has given me away. I think I must think of something before the situation escalates. There's a 0% chance of killing us. Are we angry enough to do this? I mean, anger is not really our nature. We're certainly not giving him a tax break, though. That's dumb. And I don't think we're gonna lie, because lying is not us. So no, we're gonna punch him out, because it's the only choice we really have. Danger tempting fruit. This is my son. I am not going to let my son taste the dangerous fruit, because that would be silly, and I'm his guardian. We gained lifestyle learning experience. We now know that the fruit was not poisonous. Good for us. Still the proper decision not to let our son eat the random fruit that could be poison. All right. So we are at Wolfwaro's place to ask for taxes. We have another daughter. Oh, let's see. Perienne? I think Perienne is a good name, so we're going to go with that. Wolfwaru. Let's feast together. It's been a while since we visited you in your home. I think not since the bird day. I have been enjoying my time here, but I cannot help but notice that I have feasted in extravagance every day while I've been here. Perhaps Duchess Wolfwaro of Wessex is significantly more wealthy than I had initially imagined. No. 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 I asked her to hold me a feast. I'm not gonna charge her extra taxes when she holds me feasts. Natsuya, son of Chieftain Maelmur of Atol, has approached me claiming to have been given Duchess Wolfwaro of Wessex permission to come join her court in place of my own. Who is this guy? Do I even care? He is a knight, isn't he? Oh, he's a wanderer. I don't think he's even part of my court, otherwise he'd be a knight. I mean, he's in my entourage, but I don't really care. He's not really part of my actual court, so yeah, he can join her court. She could probably use the knight. Oh, there's a diplomacy up here. He wants to gift me the Breton throne because, I don't know, he's a drunkard. I don't know where he's gonna sit after he gives me his throne, but okay. I'm not gonna say no. I mean, I'm not gonna say no to the Breton throne. So we're just gonna put this Breton throne in here. It is a little less ostentatious than the default throne, but it does give us some prestige. I guess it's because we, oh, the blue matches our banner. Nice. Very nice. Sit in a blue chair under a blue banner. I like it. I do very much like it. Thank you for the gift. I'm not sure why you did it, but thank you anyway. We have hit 1,000 gold from this. This is going to fund probably both of our titles and a bunch of other stuff, which is great. We have succeeded in our purpose. Somebody has stolen my favorite dessert from the feast. Oh, not too elusive for me. Do I even have? I have no chance of succeeding at this, and it'll just give me stress. So I'm gonna just have to take the small stress for accepting that I don't get the excellent pastries. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Well, you know. Did she marry the random wanderer? I gotta check that later. That's how it goes sometimes. How's the war going? Because we deconnected. You guys are never gonna win this war. Like, I don't know what to say. Luckily we're on a taxation tour because you probably cost us tons of money with your super slow, strange war. It's time for tribute. She has given us no tribute. Okay, I mean, I get it. I get it. You stole our courtier and married him, and apparently, even though we're friends, you won't give us the money we asked for. I'm not gonna be too insulted. I'm just a little insulted. Most of the strangers gave me the money that I asked for. Let's do it. Let's get in here. This is an eternal war. They're never going to fight these battles, and now I don't think they can anymore. I think we're at the point now where they might have more than us. 6,000, 7,000. No, maybe not, actually. Or maybe. Yeah, we still have more than them. I don't know what's going on. These guys are going to just be at this war forever. We're going to have a lot of money to spend when this taxation tour is over. As I finish my meal, another board is placed down in front of me, but this time, instead of food, it is topped with little game pieces. Aw. And a wolf. Yes, I will play chess with you. I shall use my enormous learning to try to win. All I have is my enormous learning, so I'm going to continue to do it. We are neck and neck, though neither of us is even close to victory. Ah. I'm in the lead for now. This game is rapidly coming to a head. We're just going to continue with our unparalleled theory of chess. We have 1, I'd love to play again sometimes. Not only is this my true feelings, but it also really alleviates stress. But it has a pretty high chance, because of my low diplomacy, of him taking it the wrong way. I think maybe we just end it on the default so that I don't insult my friend. By accident. That's another evening at my stay in Earl Adelwulf of Berkshire's home, and yet another foreign meal is placed in front of me. I knock it around a little with my knife, watching as the dark, unfamiliar sauce slides around like cascading mud. I'm sure the local food is fine. It's stress either way. And I don't want to make him upset. We're out here asking for money, not trying to make enemies. And certainly not to insult our friends. All right. That sucks. That's not good. We don't need that. Another evening of merriment draws close. This is me telling a story. We tell light stories, unlike our grandfather who almost always told tragic stories. And we tell an impressive story. All right, so a delightful cake in the shape of a lioness fort is placed in front of me. The thing is so authentic, I can just imagine little honeyed invaders trying to breach the walls of my dessert. Of course I love it. The only question is, how can I best show my appreciation? I'll remember this. I'm not giving him a hook for a cake. He's my friend. I'm giving him a hook for a cake. You know, he might ask for some money down and I'll be happy to do it. Maybe he'll put himself on my council permit again. He's on my council already. Maybe he'll use his hook to stay there. Range of betrothal. So let's pause this. You want your daughter. Who are you? You are the Kingdom of Leon. That is Spain. We once had, in fact, for a while, our uncle was married to a woman from here. You are pretty strong, but I don't see any particular reason why this woman is the best choice for Queen of Cornwall. So no, I'm gonna have to say no. Sorry. It's too important a decision to just agree to the first offer. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I'm starting to feel like this war is going to go on forever, and I'm starting to feel like maybe it's time for us to just say we've done enough. As Edelflade leans forward to pick up the trinket from the floor of the hallway, I in turn lean forward to get a good look at the defined muscles playing underneath the skin. You couldn't purchase that type of physique. Maybe if I surround myself with more of these fit individuals, I must simply have her at my court. This is okay. Oh, she's strong. I mean, it's literally her daughter, though, right? It's literally the Earl's daughter. I mean, I'm not gonna just. This is silly. His daughter gets to stay home. We're not kidnapping his daughter because we think she has good muscle tone. That's not a thing that's happening. All right. So, we are a magnificent liege. We have gained a bunch of more prestige that we don't have much use for, although I would like to reach Living Legend. Our house has gained 300 renown. That's a very useful. And every vassal visit gain 30 opinion. I think we did good. We got tons of money. We're going to finish this grand tour. We're going to end the episode up by deciding what to do with it. And I'll let them stay a bit longer, and then we'll probably disband them. Looking up here in the north, we want to check out to see if the control level has helped. Oh yeah, it looks like a lot better up here than I think it has been previously. Let's go here. So we're gonna we're gonna put him here because of the negative buff that's been put here. Oh, nope, that is not valid. So that buff cannot be removed by the marshal. Good to know. Debuff, I should say. And what do we have here? Oh, I guess we'll do this before we go. The munificent Renard. Oh, my uncle has come to my court, and he is being generous. No. We're not throwing him out either. I think we're just gonna happily let him spend his money. Sort of just glad he came for a visit, you know? Just glad he came for a visit. And yeah, to end this episode up, we're gonna have to spend this money. The first thing we want to do is we want to buy the 2 titles we need. This duchy title. Create that, which is gonna give us too many duchy titles. And we're gonna create the kingdom title of Wales as well. It's a lot of money, but it's given us more, more prestige that we barely have a use for. That's fine. Our son here is not quite old enough to take his lands over, but almost, so just about to... Oh, he's arbitrary. Well, that's not great. That's not great. Okay, well, hopefully he at least gets a top education trait and maybe ends up with a decent learning. Yeah, okay, that's fine. He'll do fine. I do like him. He's quite the kid. Look at that smug look in his face. Ah, diligent! Another diligent child. Very, very nice. Nothing like diligent to just improve a child's outcomes right away. He didn't even get it from him. He just got it. He just picked diligent on his own. That's just his way. All right, so we have spent the money required to do the basic stuff, and now we need to do some... How long is it before we get city planning now? 14 months. Okay. Let's improve our military for the safety of the realm. So let's increase these guys twice. And then I'm going to create a new men-at-arms regiment. It's going to be our first regiment of longbowmen. And we're going to build it as much as we can afford at this time. Okay. That's good. For now, we're going to station them here. But once they're at least at 6, we will get rid of one of the bowman units. We're gonna make one of those bowman units redundant, and I think that's good spending of our money. I think that's good. So we have unified the realm. Hopefully that will help us to make some more money now that everybody is under their proper lieges. Well, not quite everybody. Northern Wales still has to wait for my son to grow up. And with that, I think we're going to bring this episode to a close. Thank you for watching, and I hope you join us next time we are here with King Ordgar of Cornwall. Soon we will be landing our son. We still have to figure out what the answer to the Kent question is. Do we conquer it? If we conquer it, we probably need more claims so that we can actually take the territories. But I think we'll decide that later. Goodbye for now.